Cooking with Shayda. I'm your host, and this is where I teach you how to make plant-based meals that are salt, oil, and sugar-free. As you can see, we are back with the wonderful John Pierre for another wonderful health tip. It is the month of September, and this is the time to buckle down and clean our environment and get ready because the storm's about to hit.
Yeah, because the holiday seasons are starting. It starts basically in October, right, with Halloween.
It does, but September, man, they start shoving all that stuff down our throats. So.
Yeah, and one of the key things that we talked about originally was environmental control, sanitizing your environment, keeping it tidy, keeping it neat, keeping all the healthy foods in there and the unhealthy foods out. The problem is now with the holidays starting, everywhere you go, you're seeing holiday foods and decorations and everything that's luring you out of your clean environment and into an unsanitized environment, which is going to be the downfall for most people.
Yeah, and this is the month that they really do, because I started seeing in Costco back in August and July, I started seeing stuff and I'm like, oh my God, we haven't even had Labor Day weekend yet. And here they're already inundating us with all this stuff.
Yeah. And so this is what really hurts people the most, is that they've done really well month after month after month after month. And then all of a sudden they go to work and somebody puts out the candy bowl. It's Halloween in October. So somebody's buying bags of candies and putting them in there. And it only takes one.
Oh, that's all it takes. Yeah.
It just and you notice this because when you think about it only takes one, we talked about how great it was to have the nut balls that we were making. And then do you remember what I said to you one day?
Yeah, he told me not to make them anymore.
Because it's so tempting.
Well, I made it for your client.
You did. Yeah, you did. And everyone loves them. But the truth is, as disciplined and as good and as intelligent as you are, when those nut balls are in the freezer, right, and you know they're in the freezer, just like the candy that's for Halloween, you know it's there, most people can't resist.
Didn't your client eat most of them in one sitting and you called me and yelled at me and I'm like, well, your client wanted them.
I know. Well, that was their issue, but But the point that I'm trying to make is that even someone that has done as well as Shayda, if she has all these temptations and she has a bad day, it's going to be going toward that.
Oh, absolutely.
Because you're medicating with these types of super, tasty foods. So I would say this is the time of the year that you want to be really conscientious about your environment being extraordinarily clean. And for many people that don't live in a warm environment, this is the time where they don't get as much fresh fruits and vegetables, so they don't see them in their environment as much. And there's more dry and heavier foods that would be the kind of the Halloween candies, Christmas and Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, things like that.
Right, but also explain to people that I always thought that when they talked about environment, that you guys always talked about home environment, but that is not true. Your environment is your car, is your work, is on your drive home. Yeah. Like your environment is everywhere.
Where you go.
Yeah, can you expand on that a little bit?
But that's why it's so important, is because when you can have the cleanest environment at home, right? But then all of a sudden you go to work and all your colleagues are saying, oh, well, we bought all this candy for Halloween, so we bring some in. Or it's somebody's birthday, we're bringing in donuts and cake. So they now have changed the environment. Yeah. And so now that's up to you to keep your eyes off that as best you can, or to counter it with bringing extra fresh fruits and vegetables or natural juices or more hummus and vegetables, so you have something to reach for when you're tempted.
You always told me that when the holidays come, that's when I have to tighten the screws.
Yeah.
Those were your words, tighten the screws. And I'll never forget that, because he always said that. He goes, okay, time to tighten those screws.
Yeah, it's true. So don't fall victim to that with the holiday season. Just tighten the screws, make things stronger. Make sure that you don't fall victim to that, because once you taste one bite, just like Shayda with the nut balls, one bite makes you start thinking, these are good.
And they're healthy. It's
they're
not
healthy.
They're healthy. They're not bad. But okay, one's more than enough, because it is highly concentrated.
It is. But the point is that they're fine though. I'd rather have you overeat on those than Snickers bars.
Sure, absolutely.
But the point is that just that they're there in her environment, she's constantly thinking about it, and so she's drawn to those.
That is
so just keep that in mind, because the holidays are here, and now for the next 4 months or so, it's going to be a battle.
Get ready, guys. It's going to be a roller coaster. Absolutely. Well, thank you for another wonderful health tip. Thank you for watching another episode of Healthy Cooking with Shayda. Stay tuned. We're going to be back with more videos.